Okay. We're live. Oh my goodness, we're live. I made it. The computer worked. And yeah, that is pretty awesome stuff. The computer worked finally, and then we're live. By the way, since you're first getting here, remember to subscribe to the channel for supporting us. And it's really appreciative that you hit that subscribe button and support the channel, the Detroit Disney Duo. Anyways, so we had some glitches at noon, and then some stuff happened, and so here we are, 4:30ish in the afternoon on Sunday. It's like I feel like we're part of the Monster Cars. So I have some things for the Disney News weekly recap. That's right. All right, let's get right into it. So the biggest thing that everybody's been talking about, one of the bigger changes that have been going on, is these everywhere you go now in Walt Disney World, especially, it's very noticeable probably in Epcot and Disney Springs, but everywhere that you go, they now have signs posted: I repeat, do not eat walking around. Please pull it over to the side and go take a table, grab a bench, do something. Don't walk in the main thoroughfare with your mask off, drinking or eating. That's what they're telling you. I completely understand it. A lot of people have been taking advantage of the situation that they were able to eat their food and walk around and drink and eat without a mask on, and they would always have something in their hand that they were eating or drinking to maintain that they didn't have their mask on. Thanks, guys. Yeah, those people really created it so that you're now going to have to pull it over, buddy. Go over to the side and finish your hot dog or your food or your Coke, your Mickey bar, whatever it is. Yeah, that thing. So so do not walk around eating your food. Secondly, neck gaiters are not approved. That is the next thing that has been released officially. No more neck gaiters. You can't wear a neck gaiter in these parts. That's right. No neck gaiters. First, they thought it was a thing about to do with the ear loops, that it would fall down over your face. They just said all out, no bandanas and no neck gaiters. Just putting it out there. None of the above. So there's been different reports. I watched Prince Charming Dev, and then I watched JoJo, Kyle Paulo's friend. Both have been in Hollywood studios, and they said, JoJo said it was not so crowded. Dev said it was crowded. What I can tell you is it looks a little crowded. I think the Diz even said if you're not okay with going through a few places where it's going to be a little crowded, then don't go. Because the crowd levels at Hollywood studios are up there, and it's a smaller park, but they're still letting a lot of people in. I'm not really sure why that is, why they haven't restricted the ticket sales and the reservations for Hollywood studios to be less than the Magic Kingdom or Epcot, because it's a smaller park. But I'm certain that that Disney is working on it. Okay. So there was new news of a few permanently closed resorts not resorts, I'm sorry, rides. A few permanently closed rides. In the animal kingdom, they are not doing the Rivers of Light show at night. I mean, you could just imagine why that is. I mean, the Rivers of Light, everybody stands around watching it. They're very close to each other. It's really hard to maintain social distancing. It's like a fireworks show, but it's really the light show with the water. I doubt that they're doing Phantasmic. Then again, I'm not really sure. I doubt that they're doing Phantasmic. So no more Rivers of Light. Prime Evil Whirl is a thing of the past. Definitely closed. And also Stitch's Great Escape in the Magic Kingdom is closed permanently. One thing that is still around is Spaceship Earth in Epcot. You can still ride Spaceship Earth, which is still there. And Mary Poppins Cherry Tree Lane is on hold. I think that was supposed to be a ride that they were going to do or something like that, but they kind of put it on hold. Or that they're still there. Let's just put it that way. They're still there. And you can still see them on the Epcot experience, which is basically this thing on the this Epcot experience. Basically, that is a thing that you can actually go observe and look at. It's like a map. It's like a what I want to call it. It is a model display of what is going to be at Epcot, and it's called the Epcot Experience. It has all these things on the wall. If you have not been there, you can see all of these things around the in the room, and it's pretty cool. It's very futuristic, might I say. Okay, going down the list. There was a interesting event that occurred this last week. It was the horse and the balloon incident. I seen a video of it. A little girl, accidentally, it's not her fault. It just happened. And I'm sure her parents were like, "Oh my goodness, you dropped the balloon." You know. But it was one of those balloons, those helium balloons on Main Street in the Magic Kingdom. It got loose, and there was a Clydesdale nearby, and it got tangled up in the Clydesdale foot. And the Clydesdale was trying to get it off the foot. There was a rider on the Clydesdale. The woman safely made it off the horse, and eventually they were able to remove the balloon from being tangled up in the horse's leg. Everything worked out. Nobody was hurt. It was a crazy incident. Everybody's A-okay. That was interesting right there. In other news, in Hollywood Studios, the Droid Depot opens again. And I believe they are selling lightsabers again, except you don't get to build them. They are pre-built. And then you go pick them up. So I'm surprised that you just don't go and say, "I want this and this and this and this and this," and they just go build it for you. You know, and then they bring it to you. They could do that too. But it's still good to see that the marketplace and the Droid Depot and the lightsaber place is still kind of sort of open. There's lots of social distancing in the Droid Depot. I watched a video of it. They have the walls in there in the queue line, and yeah, it looks spectacular. Number 8. A new change from what they said before. This always happens in Walt Disney World. It's something new that has come out. A long time ago, they said if you had a problem with wearing a mask, that you would be able to be issued at the park's entrance a face shield in lieu of wearing a mask. There has been a kibosh on that. The kibosh basha. You will have to still wear a face mask, one of the approved kind of face masks that they have, not a neck gaiter. But you'll have to wear a face mask. They're not being going to be handed hand face shields. I kind of see why, face shields are going to cost them a lot of money if everybody gets one, because all those people proclaim that they can't wear a mask and that they need a face shield, and that Disney's going to have to be giving face shields out, and then they're going to have to get rid of them when the person leaves. It's a whole rigmarole kind of deal. I don't know that I would offer that. Who knows? The Peach Monorail, the peach color monorail, is refurbished and back in service. A lot of people, there's different colors of the monorail. The latest is the refurbished peach one. It was on the line. It's back on the line now. It's been refurbished, looking spectacular. It's looking better than ever. And it's back in service and ready to go. And there was a video of it, the inside of it. And it even is set up already for the social distancing. It has like this vinyl in between in the cars. They have this vinyl sheet that comes down, a vinyl divider that comes out of the ceiling. It comes all the way down to the chair. Something that's very, very cool to me. So, yeah, it's ready to roll. Also, in other news, New York says if you go to Florida and you come back and you don't do a 14-day quarantine, you're going to have to pay a hefty fine. We will know. We know if you went to Florida and you came back. I don't know how they really know, other than if you came through the airport. Then they know. They got your name. Where are you spending your 14-day quarantine if you get out of the airport in New York after coming from Florida? That is my question. Are you spending it in a hotel attached to the airport? Do they have a certain space somewhere? Or is it you just don't go? Another thing that we figured out was no photos. You know how you go through all the rides have a place where they take your photo. Pirates of the Caribbean, you take the drop photo. If you're going to get a ride photo, you better be wearing your mask. Because if you're not wearing your mask when you take in the ride, as it's riding along and nobody can see you other than the people in your own ride vessel, when it goes and takes a picture, if you don't have your mask on at that particular time, you just don't get that photo. They're going to make it unavailable to you and the rest of your guests. So don't be that one person in your party that takes their masks off and then everybody else doesn't get a fun photo. Don't do it. Don't be that person. Don't do it. Hong Kong Disney has reclosed. That's they reclosed because they had some incidences of the virus. So they went ahead and closed back up. As you know, Disneyland, I don't think they even have a plan just yet that I'm aware of to reopen. Disneyland, California, that is. Yeah. But here's an interesting story. In Disneyland, there was a theft of $35,000 in merchandise. They caught them online reselling everything. It was completely nuts. But they were caught. The bad guys got caught. $35,000 in merch stolen. I didn't say where it was stolen from or what merchandise it was, but I'm certain they had it high price on eBay, and that's that's what I have to say. If you're buying, and this is what's going to happen, everybody is buying the Splash Mountain gear now, and they're going there. Now, I think I don't think they even put a limit on it anymore. They just have a virtual queue over there at Splash Mountain at the gift store. But if indeed, I can just guarantee that eventually, when they close up, there's going to be people that are going to have things. They're going to put them on eBay. They're going to be like $100 for a $29, what do they call it? One of those stuffed animals, character stuff, a character. It's ridiculous. I hope that Disney brings the hammer on anybody overselling the merchandise on eBay. Make it fair for everybody. People are going to go there, they buy it all up, you can't get it anymore, and then they try to overcharge you, trying to make a bajillion dollars. I know it's a free market. I understand that. But still, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think they're running out anytime soon. I'm just putting that out there. So, character cavalcades, which produce crowds on the sides of the streets in Walt Disney World. I have thought, well, they are nice, and there are only a few characters, and they come at unknown times, and they just show up. You're like walking around, and you'll hear the music of the cavalcade, and you're like running around trying to find out where they're at. Get yourself a spot along the road and watch them. You can't get close. Yeah. But is it really a good idea? Because people clog up, they get real close together, they bunch up on the side of the street, minimal social distancing for that short period of time. Is it a good idea? Or is it not a good idea? Put your comments in the comment section. Go ahead. Character cavalcades. Are they good or bad? Or do you think it's a safety concern? Because it's like a miniature parade, basically. And finally, I am addicted to Hamilton. I'm not addicted to drugs. I'm not addicted to alcohol. I'm not addicted to anything bad. Just Hamilton. Hamilton on the scale of catchiness is, you got It's a Small World. You go on that and you just can't get It's a Small World after all. You just can't get that out of your head as you're in the park, as you go along. Hamilton. You get hooked on Hamilton and you're like, for days, you're down the Hamilton rabbit hole. You want to know everything there is to know about Hamilton. Even though the interesting thing is I just watched it last week, even though that it's been out for 4 years. That's right. Hamilton has been out since 2016 or before. And I'm just seeing it for the very first time. Man, look, I mean, it was this Broadway musical that cost you $1 bajillion to see. It was sold out all the time. I'm not going to New York to go see it. I'm in Detroit. There's no Broadway here in Detroit unless they make a pit stop here. And I think it did, and then it cost $1 bajillion, and it was sold out like immediately, like 1 minute. We're announcing it's here. Oh, so, I mean, basically, I really loved it. I mean, the way that it was filmed, they said they filmed it on like 2 or 3 nights. You could see really good close-ups of the action. I like the camera panning left to right, zooming in, along with the fact that the floor turns, which was really sweet, really kind of cool. It was really utilized in the filming that made it really, really great. The musical was very catchy. Everything was like a fluid motion. It never, one act just blended into the other. It told the story of Alexander Hamilton to a T. It was great. It's a good history lesson for teenagers and above. I think that everybody should go watch some Alexander Hamilton. Alexander Hamilton. Anyways, so that's all I have for today. Just 20 something minutes. I'm sorry it didn't go that long. But yeah, next week on Sunday at noon, for certain that time, the computer will not be updating. Yeah, so next, before and also I have to say this. Also, I have to say that this is, go ahead and mash this subscribe button right over here. Right over here. Support the channel. Give us some support. Mash that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. It's really appreciative. Anyways, we'll talk to you guys later. If you're watching this on the replay, really appreciate it. And you guys have a good, safe rest of the week as I scan the internet webs looking for those Disney stories that you could just relax all week long and then come back here and watch the weekly Disney News recap. Anyways, talk to you guys later. Have a good one. For now, over and out.